The bear towered above her, its massive frame casting a shadow over the fallen leaves. Its growl wasn't just a sound, it was a tremor in her bones, a low thunder that made the forest hold its breath. She stepped back, slow and silent, the soft crunch of twigs beneath her boots barely audible. But the bear's gaze didn't waver. It followed her, calm, alert, unblinking. That morning had begun like any other. A crisp autumn sun filtered through golden treetops as Clara, a curious, independent 9-year-old, slipped out of her family's log cabin on the edge of Pine Hollow Forest. Her parents were mending the roof and stacking firewood. No one noticed when she stuffed a few granola bars in her backpack and set off alone, determined to find the little waterfall her brother once told her about. She knew these woods, or thought she did. Birdsong laced the air. Squirrels chattered above her. The breeze smelled of damp earth and wood smoke. She followed the familiar trail for a while, boots bouncing with excitement, but then curiosity pulled her off the path. A sidetrack, a bend she hadn't seen before. The trees grew taller there, darker, denser. She walked further, then further still, until the trail was gone. The sunlight too. When Clara finally stopped, she realized something bone deep and chilling. She was lost. The colors of the forest had shifted. The oranges and reds of fall gave way to a muted world of gray trunks and shadowed underbrush. Every direction looked the same. She turned around, then again. Nothing familiar. Her breath quickened. She tried retracing her steps, but the forest felt different now. The trees loomed with twisted limbs. Thorns snagged her sleeves. The sky grew pale, then pink, then gold as the day slipped away. Her voice cracked as she shouted for her parents. Only silence answered, deep, still, and wide. By the time dusk draped itself over the canopy, Clara's legs ached. Her stomach gnawed with hunger. The forest had changed from enchanting to enormous. Her hands trembled. She kept walking, not knowing where to go, only knowing she had to keep moving. That's when she heard it, a growl, not distant, not imagined, real. She froze mid-step. The growl came again, low, guttural, close. From the bushes just ahead, the branches stirred, and then it emerged. A black bear, massive. Its fur glinted like wet ink in the dying light. Its eyes, amber, sharp, unreadable, locked onto hers. Clara couldn't move. She'd read about bears in books, on signs. But now, facing one in the wild, those facts vanished. All that remained was fear and instinct, and even those were tangled and frozen. The bear stood still, then it huffed, a sound like a warning, but it didn't charge. It didn't roar, it simply watched her. Seconds passed, maybe minutes. Then slowly the bear stepped forward. Clara's chest tightened. She wanted to scream, run, but her body refused. The bear's paws made almost no sound. One step, then another. Its nose twitched, sniffing the air, studying her. Clara's heart hammered against her ribs, but then something shifted. The bear lowered its head slightly, its growl quieted. The look in its eyes changed. Not angry, not afraid. Something else. Something, almost gentle. The forest, once filled with chirps and rustles, had gone silent, and in that silence, Clara felt it, a strange calm threading through the fear. She raised one trembling hand, palm out, as if asking the bear to stop, but it didn't retreat. It came closer. Then, softly, impossibly, it nudged her fingertips with its snout, the warmth of its breath, the softness of its fur. It wasn't a dream. It was real. She didn't know why or how, but the bear wasn't attacking. It wasn't angry. It felt aware, curious, like it saw her not as prey but as something else entirely. A girl, a child, lost, alone. Then came the snap of a twig behind her. Clara whipped her head around. Another figure stepped out from the shadows, broad-shouldered, breathless, eyes wide with panic. Clara! It was her father. His voice cracked with relief as he ran toward her. He'd been searching for hours, tracking her boot prints, calling through the trees, praying for a sign. He skidded to a halt when he saw the bear. The silence. His daughter, standing inches from it, but she wasn't hurt. She wasn't even afraid anymore. And the bear, as if sensing the reunion, backed away, slowly, peacefully. It turned, disappearing into the trees without a sound. Her father pulled her into his arms, gripping her like he'd never let go. Clara buried her face in his chest, heart still pounding, but this time, with awe instead of terror. She didn't have the words to explain what had just happened, but somehow, deep in the woods, a moment had passed between girl and beast, a moment of understanding, of grace, and she would never forget it.